Hi everyone, Martin here. So, are you having a midlife crisis? Do you collect records? There we go. Let's start it off with this. Faith No More. This album is called Angel Dust and the song Midlife Crisis. And I think the song's about somebody in their 30s having a midlife crisis, so it's a bit late for me. Now, this video was inspired by this birthday card that I got. Obviously had a birthday with an O in it, and here is a birthday card with a car, sports car, on a beach, and there we go. Look, there's a particular kind of hat there. I haven't got one of them myself. Some yeah, maybe that's sort of jazz hipster shoes. What else we got here? Maybe some box sets or something here, and bottle of red wine, obviously sunglasses. Yeah, that kind of a thing. So anyway, is the vinyl community, if you are a member or non-active commenter, but then if you comment, you are active, I suppose. So I don't want to get into the are you in the VC or not, or even if you don't know what that is. I think most of you probably are, but watch my videos because I think if you say you're not in the VC, then you could possibly get more subs, but I'm not even in it for that at all. Anyway, for certain reasons, you know. So yeah, so I'm going to do a thread with 3 questions. I'll put it in the title. Whether it remains in the title and everyone ignores it, I don't know. Probably some people in Britain will be interested. I have such a tiny but very loyal fan base in USA and possibly Canada. I don't know. Is it like 4% of my views were from there? But you know, there's some great people there, obviously, and yeah. So I'm going to run through some records and sort of do those questions. And yeah, another song here about midlife crisis, apparently, which I didn't know, is Smashing Pumpkins' 1979. Well, that's sort of like a looking back at that particular year, and a lot of this sort of stuff I'm going to talk about is like looking back at your life, I suppose, and yeah. And then I will show also some records of some ways you could go with your midlife crisis. So, is the vinyl community having a midlife crisis? It's sort of, I've been making videos probably about 10 years, I suppose, about that. I can't remember anyway. There's been once or twice I've thought, what am I doing this for? But it's become apparent from people I've met, and people, even if they just comment on my videos, there is a good reason to do it. I suppose I could also throw in mental health as well. Maybe I don't know, but you know, although I've never had anything particular myself, obviously, anyone could, you know, you hit some bad luck or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, it's important to talk to people, and even if that's just videos, you know, you might be a very introvert person, you might not need to talk to many people during your average day or whatever, but yeah, you've got to keep your head above the water, even if you can't swim. That's a good line, isn't it? Anyway, I'm just looking at my notes here. So I've shown a couple of records there about midlife crises and how vinyl community is a good thing, or just, you know, interacting on some sort of something. You know, I'm just as grumpy as. No, I think I've become more grumpy in my the last. Yeah, probably the last 20 years or so, I don't know. Maybe more. I won't do the questions yet. Yes, I could have a different nerdy hobby when I get to this sort of age, couldn't I? So I could get into steam trains and going on this sort of a kind of a thing, couldn't I? traction engine. That's what this is called, a traction engine. This is just a sort of a album of noises basically that I like and I've sampled. And I've got some train albums. I was quite into trains actually, and I just saw on Facebook, Roger Coleman's written, or he's doing a book, and he hasn't done any vinyl community videos or just music videos. He's just off it, which is, it's fair enough. And there's other people that have been off it, I suppose you would say. Maybe it comes back, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you get into different stuff, So I've shown him a card that I got. I've got my the Edge beanie hat to make me look quite middle-aged and just stand there going like that. Right. I haven't got many health problems, I don't think, So let's run through some of the things that I could do if I was going through midlife crisis. Let's go through some of them. So I could go for a very young woman or that sort of thing. So the only thing I could find would be, I haven't got any I haven't got any Billie Eilish. I haven't got any those modern people that I can't remember what they're called. So here's a few old classics here for everybody, of women that are possibly slightly older or slightly younger than me. That probably wouldn't be interested in me, let's be honest. I don't think Sam would be. Here's Sam Fox, a 12-inch by her. Been dying to find desperate to find a reason to show some Sam Fox. Now Headley will always joke about Wendy James, but and I keep going on about her, but there were other women fighting for wall space in my teenage bedroom. There's one, the Love House, when she went a bit rap. Samantha Fox. I think she was quite popular in the US. I'm not sure. Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now. Not the Starship song. There's Sam there. Here she is in her 80s negligee. Touch Me, I Want Your Body. And another one here that was I don't know if it was a personal fave particularly, but it was a very interesting appearance on Top of the Pops. If you go to YouTube, Oh, I hope that doesn't attract anything we don't require. Anyway, so that's one thing. That's one phase that you could go back to, I suppose. Another one would be like being down with the kids, So you could I haven't got any, and I never stole any. But you could go to. Is it on the cover here? No, it's not. There's no picture of them. You could go to stealing car badges and wearing them around your neck, couldn't you? Or hats again, hats. There's Fight for Your Right. They were pretty raw, weren't they, when they first came out, Beastie Boys? Whether they were accomplished musicians when they did this, I'm not sure really, but this was huge when I was at school. But I could get back into all this sort of stuff, And here they were definitely composed musicians by the time they did Check Your Head. I've got the other one as well. I'm in between this. So I could go down that sort of route, couldn't I? If I'm on a bit of a midlife crisis, I suppose. Or I could get down with the kids and get into some really cool dance music. So like this one here, Blazing Squad. There you go. Look at that on the old AstroTurf pitch there, marking each other out of the game there. Wonder what happened to them. This is 2006 or something, was it? This was obviously a charity shop buy for £1. Here's another cool record here for the kids. They all love this one, don't they? Yeah, the old holiday rap, holiday romance. Or I could be an old git. Now, I am a bit of an old git. I've started listening to a lot of Radio 3 and classical, but I think I was always into a bit of normal classical music as it was anyway. Or a bit of jazz, maybe. Yeah, I don't think I like jazz at least until I was like 35, you know. Yeah. This one's pretty out there, isn't it, really? I mean, you know, I know there's more records that are more out there. Here's a quick hat trick of some classical records in a really thick cardboard sleeve there. There's Olivier Messiaen. Well, I should say it. I used to do French at school. Quatuor pour la fin du temps. Yeah, which is I can't quite remember what that means there. For of the end something. Yeah. Well, it's a quartet, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory, really. Benjamin Britten, goodness me, he must have had an interesting midlife crisis. Yeah. This is sort of based on something Japanese. Oh, Peter Pear's on there. Peter Pear's, that was his favourite fruit. Oranges are not the only fruit, I will add. Cosmogonia, Christoph Penderecki. There. Okay, I think I showed probably most of these before. So anyway, blues. Yeah, most of blues is sort of about people having a midlife crisis, isn't it? I think, involving a lot of, drugs, some legal, some not legal. Anyway, right, let's get on to a thread. 3 questions, okay? I think have I said everything I need to about this? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, the first one is, what's the most midlife record that you own? Midlife sort of record. So I went for this. Phil Collins, One More Night. Got some Phil albums. I haven't listened to them. This is another record that I've, as a vinyl scavenger, have sampled with much hilarity. There we go. So that was question 1. If you choose to do this thread, which maybe nobody will, what's the most midlife crisis record in your collection? Phil Collins. A lot of 12s. I've got loads of 12s here I've never shown. Question 2. The record you shouldn't really have, it's just wrong. Okay. I showed this. We had a chat week before last, I think it was, with so it was me, John, 6-inch pianist, Sean, James Griffiths, Chris, who is up in Newcastle, Chris Barron, and Graham. Graham. And was there anyone else? I can't remember. Sorry if there was somebody else. I'm really sorry. Anyway, the record you shouldn't really own, which I did own at the time, and I was underage at the time, is Debbie Gibson, Out of the Blue. I would have thought here she's underage, or certainly under 16. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's got a poster in there as well. We had a thing where we were like showing each other's embarrassing posters, and I don't know. I'd like to think I won, really, but anyway, here we go. Bit of Debbie Gibson there in a nice. Oh, she's got that horrible sort of like sailor, seaside sort of look going on there. Like men that wear boat shoes. That's a midlife crisis thing, isn't it? And the last question. Okay, your most embarrassing record, which hopefully would include what is known as, at say, a wedding or a party, a dad dance. So I could have chosen a lot of records. This one I pulled out, and it's the Boney M Mega Mix, which only cost me at the time $1.99. I think it might have been a hit. So just as soon as you're into Sunny and Daddy Cool, you rah-ring it to Rasputin. Yeah, Putin, sorry. Right, so those are the 3 questions. So there was the worst midlife crisis record that you own, or the most synonymous, typical. Second one was record you shouldn't really have, it's just wrong. And the third question was the most embarrassing record with hopefully an accompanying dad dance. So that is it, I think. I hope that was an interesting thing to do. Thanks for watching, commenting. Yeah, if people want to pick up on that, I don't know. Yeah, but I thought I should do something for this particular new chapter of my life. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in your videos. Bye.